Have you ever noticed something in your environment that bothers you every single day, yet you do nothing about it? So, a chair that squeaks, or a box that you have in the middle and like of a room and you keep tripping over it, or a plant that died, or a light bulb that went out, and you just never do anything about it. That is because the brain is a little sneaky. And it's a sneaky little survival machine, which means it is meant to adapt to stuff, even bad stuff, even broken stuff, even annoying, mildly soul-sucking stuff. We adapt to chaos, we adapt to clutter, we adapt to discomfort. And before you know it, you're living a life that makes you cringe or it makes you depressed. And we're calling it normal. I'm not doing that anymore. If we haven't met yet, my name is Isabel, and on this channel, we talk all about embracing your weird in order to build a better brand, business, and life. So let me explain why this happens, because it's not a you thing, it's a brain thing. Our brains are wired for survival, not for satisfaction. Our brain is wired to keep us safe. There's a psychological principle called habituation, and it means that the more we're exposed to something over time, the less we notice it over time. So when your desk is a mess, or when your bed's uncomfortable, or when that drawer doesn't open correctly, or your pantry's chaos, I don't know. At first, it bothers you. And then your brain goes, we're not dying. It's not killing us. So like, it must be fine, right? And that's how people end up in jobs they hate, and with messy houses, and relationships they've outgrown, and clothes they've outgrown, and homes that slowly drain their energy. And I don't want that to be the norm. I don't want that to be something that we say it is what it is. I don't want us to get so used to the fact that our brain adapts that we just accept anything that it's adapting to. It is useful that the brain works this way when we're surviving a bear attack or a long winter, or like, I don't know, when cavemen were running away from things, scary things, big things, sharp things, I don't know. However, it's terrible when it comes to living a beautiful, aligned, filling and fulfilling life. A joyful life, which is something that I advocate a lot here. So every time we ignore the small thing that bugs us, we're sending the universe a subtle message. And I say universe, but I mean universe, God, the world, your brain, whatever you want to view it as. And the subtle message we're sending is, this is okay. I'll accept this. Even when it's very much not okay. I don't want to consciously keep saying yes to things that make me feel worse. I don't want to consciously keep saying yes to things that bother me, things that make my life run a little less smoothly, things that make my life feel like that squeaky wheel on the grocery cart that we push through the aisle and we're annoyed by from the moment we grab it. So I'm doing the opposite. I am pulling back the curtain, and I am taking the time to notice, and I am taking the time to actually do something about it. I am actively choosing not to settle. I'm making a list. But I want to show you how I'm doing this so that you can do it yourself. So first thing I'm doing, I'm gonna walk around my house. I already did this, to be honest. I walked around my house and I made a list of every single thing I could immediately see that bothered me. Okay? Here's like some of that list so you can, I don't know, be gossipy if you want, be curious, I don't know. So things like the fact that we don't have a place to hang our jackets, and so they end up on the backs of our dining room table chairs, and so it's filled with jackets because it's winter here right now. Things like I bought artwork the other day at a craft show and I haven't put it in frames yet, even though I have the frames. I literally just need to put them in the frames. The frames are even hung up. I don't even need to like measure or do anything. I just need to put the art in the frames. Just tiny things that bother me. My charger cable on my phone that isn't charging well. And so, you know that thing where like the cable is not working, so you plug in the phone and then you put it on the table and then you start moving the charger until it actually starts charging. And then you try to set it down softly so that it stays in the same position so that it doesn't stop charging. That's something that bothers me. Yet I only remember it every single night when I have to plug in my phone. It's great. So anyways, we make the list. We go around our home, we go on our computer, whatever environment is bothering you the most, and we make a list. And then we're going to look at that list and we're going to divide that list into certain categories. Question number one that you're going to ask yourself is, can I fix this myself or do I need help? So help can be defined in two ways. It's either you need someone in your household or a friend to help you, or you need to hire someone. That's irrelevant for this question. All we need to know is, can you do it yourself or do you need help? If you can do it yourself, awesome. Put those things on a list, highlight them, I don't know, mark them somewhere, somehow, so that you know that those are the things you can do yourself. Second question we need to ask is, does this require money? Yes or no question. Does this require time? Like big chunks of time, yes or no question. And or does this require both? I mean, if you're answering yes or no, you're gonna know. If it's yes and yes, then it's both, right? Why are we asking this question? Because we're gonna filter down this list to only look at the things that don't require any money and don't require a lot of time and that we can do ourselves. Those are the three things that we're looking to be completed. Why? Yes, we all have this giant list of things that need to get done. However, some of these things require money that we might not have right now, or it might require time that we might not have right now, or at least requires more planning. It might require people, which means committing to talking with a person, planning it out with them, scheduling time with them. It might require hiring someone, which again requires money and also like coordinating with that person. And right now, I just want you to see what a difference it can make in your life to stop settling for things that bother you that you can fix. So things that you can do by yourself that require a little bit of time and require no money. That's the list that we're focusing on. And I picked one thing that does require money, but that I know I can afford right now, but requires no time, and I can also do myself, as a treat for doing all of the other things afterwards. So my list ended up looking like this. And that's what I'm going to be getting done. The thing is, I'm not aiming for perfection. I'm not aiming to stop settling and going from 0 to 100 in a single week. That's impossible, and that's putting a pressure on yourself and a perfection level that's not real. It's not realistic, it's not logical, it's not productive to think that way. However, when we start getting used to not settling, when we start noticing how much of a difference it makes to our brain and to our happiness levels and to our overall like emotional state every single day, to get rid of these things that bother you, that first time you open that drawer that you unjammed and it just opens up freely and you're like, oh my God, that's so awesome. Why didn't I get to this before? That is the feeling we're going for, so that then we can create the momentum to start getting the other things on that list that we made done. And we can start figuring out when's the best time to do them, when we, what we need to save up for, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Now, again, this is not about perfection. This is just about not accepting things to live with things that make me feel like crap. That's what it is, right? So I urge you to do the same. Make your list, divide your list, pick your things, and I challenge you to get some of these done this week. Reclaim your freaking standards. Do not settle. Like, refuse to let your brain settle for a life that you don't want to live. If you're so inclined, I would love to keep you accountable. Leave a comment below with one thing that you're going to get done this week. Mine is definitely going to be putting that artwork into the frames. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. I make new ones like this every single Friday. So yes, make sure you do that. And until then, stay wild, stay weird, and I'll see you in the next one.